Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a drugstore makeup tutorial for you guys. And to start it off, I'm just going to clip the hair out of my face so I don't have foundation in my hairline because that ain't cute. And then I'm grabbing a primer. This is the number 7 Airbrush Away Primer. And I like this one because it fills in fine lines and pores, and it gives a really nice blurred effect to the skin and makes your foundation look really airbrushed. So after I have rubbed that in nice and well, I'm going to grab the Milani 2-in-1 Conceal and Perfect Foundation. And I am using 2 shades today because my skin is just so extra and would not fit in one shade. So I'm going to mix those on the back of my hand, and then using the leftover product from my fingertips, I'm just going to put that on my face. And I will be applying the rest with a beauty blender, and this is actually from shopmissa.com, and it was only $1. And it is so good, if not better, than the actual beauty blender, so y'all should totally check those out if you're looking for one. And I am going to blend this down my neck so that my face and my neck match perfectly and there's no weird harsh line. And then I'm going to grab this concealer by Catrice. This is the Liquid Camouflage Concealer, and I have really been enjoying this. It is inexpensive, and it looks really great on the skin, looks very natural. I've been using this over my Tarte Shape Tape actually. The Tarte Shape Tape was just a little too heavy for me and my dry skin, so this one has been a great alternative that still provides full coverage. And I'm going to grab the same beauty sponge that I was using before and just blend that out. And after I have blended out all of that concealer, I am going to go back and do some spot concealing because I have a couple of little places where acne scars are poking through, and we don't want that. So then I'm going to take this Coty Airspun powder, and I'm going to set my eyes with this. And it's a little messy, so be careful. Just tap off the excess. And then I'm just patting this very gently, and this will prevent my eyelids from creasing after I just put that liquid product over the top of it. And yeah, y'all definitely need to work on the packaging, Coty, but hey, that's none of my business. I'm just gonna sit here and sip my coffee. Getting back to the tutorial, I'm gonna use this Style Essentials All About That Glow bronzing and highlighting palette. And I am kind of nervous about this because there's a lot of glitter in here, but I'm gonna take this lighter shade and kind of tap my brush into that. And using a small blush brush, I am going to put this underneath my cheekbones, kind of in the hollows. This is just going to carve out our cheeks and give us a nice defined face structure. And I was actually pleasantly surprised with how this bronzer blended out. Like I said, a couple of the shades were a little iffy because there was a lot of glitter in them, but the one that I used actually turned out pretty good. So I'm going to finish bronzing the face with that. And then I'm going to take a coffee break because it was just one of those mornings. Even though it totally does not seem like I need coffee, does it? Yeah. Alright, back to the important stuff. I'm going to grab this blush by Hard Candy, and this is in the shade Fruit Punch, and using a blush blending brush, wow, try and say that 5 times fast. I'm going to use that on the temples of my cheeks and just kind of give a nice flush to them. And then I'm going to embarrass myself a little bit more because I don't do that enough on a daily basis. Alright, grabbing a highlighter, we're going to use this Master Chrome highlighter by Maybelline, and I'm just going to pat this on the very tippy top of the cheekbones and give us a nice kind of wet look to the skin. Very glowy, very pretty, and again, very wearable. And after I'm done highlighting, I'm going to grab this brow pencil by Maybelline, and I'm sorry I don't know the exact name of it because it rubbed off, but I am going to fill in the sparse areas of my eyebrows with this, and I'm going to use a very light hand here. I think that's kind of the key to nice feathery looking brows that are more natural and don't look quite so like toddler picked up a Sharpie, if you will. So being really light with those strokes, I'm going to make little fast flicks, and this is going to give us the appearance of more hair-like eyebrows. Grabbing some concealer, I am going to put this on the back of my hand, and I'm going to actually carve underneath my eyebrows with this. And this is a really big tip of mine if you want really defined eyebrows that still don't look too chunky, but just enough to where you have a nice structure. Now I'm going to pick up some hairspray, and it doesn't matter what kind of hairspray you use, but this is a trick of mine. I like to just spray a little bit on my finger and then pat it into my eyebrows. and I use this in place of an eyebrow gel. This holds my brows into place so much better than anything I have ever used, and I have tried many products for brows, and this has just worked better than any other one, and it's also way cheaper, so definitely give it a shot. Moving on to eyes, I'm going to pick up this palette by number 7, and this is a cool tone gray palette. And I'm going to throw away the brush that this came with because it wasn't the best, but taking this light gray shade, I'm going to put this in the crease of my eye, and this is going to help all of the other eyeshadows kind of sit nicely and blend together well. And then taking this darker gray shade, I'm going to put this on the outer third of my eye, so really just focusing kind of on the very end of my eyelid. And then I'm going to take this glittery shade with a wet brush, and I'm going to pop this on my eyelid. And when you wet the brush, it does make the glitter stand out a lot more, so I would recommend doing that. And then I'm going to grab this Volume Stylist Mascara by Essence, and I'm just going to very lightly coat my eyelashes with this because I am going to put on false eyelashes. And note that this is definitely optional. You do not have to use false eyelashes if you don't want to. I actually don't usually, but just for the sake of a tutorial, I thought I'd throw on a pair for fun. So just going to coat my bottom lashes as well to make those stand out. And then I'm going to grab the false eyelashes that I'm using, and these are Ardell. And I'm going to grab a pair of tweezers with these and just kind of place them on top of my natural lashes, just to kind of get an idea of where I want to place these when they have glue on them. And now it's time to grab our glue. I got a little bit carried away, so be careful with that. This tube was not the greatest. But after I've done that, I am going to grab a timer on my phone, and I wait an entire 30 seconds on each lash before I even attempt to apply them. So at least 30 seconds. It makes all the difference in the world, I promise. And now I'm going to adjust the lashes with a pair of tweezers, and be very careful when you're doing this because you don't want to poke your eye out. But once you kind of get them situated and really stuck onto the band, you can conceal the lash band with mascara, and this will kind of blend the natural lashes with the false and make it seem a lot more natural. So just taking some mascara and doing upward motions with that. Now moving on to lips, I'm going to grab this Vivid Hot Lacquer by Maybelline, and this is the only product that I'm going to apply to my lips. Just to keep it simple, I wasn't going to do lip liner or anything like that. And this is another optional step, but I am going to grab the powder that I previously used and place my beauty sponge in that. And then I'm going to carve out the bottom of my cheekbone using this powder. This is totally optional, but it does make the contour look very clean and sculpted. And so I think it's a great trick to use. And now that the powder is laid down, we're going to wait and just kind of dust that off after probably 30 seconds to a minute. And then I'm going to blend this upward as well, just to make sure that everything is very seamless and not harsh at all. Now it's time for the very last step, which is a setting spray. This is by Lumineux, and it is my absolute favorite, drugstore or high-end. And it just sets your makeup beautifully. And we've completed the look, guys. Thanks for watching.